The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I'm Ariana.
And I am Brittany.
And this is
an A&B Conversation.
Hello, friends.
Welcome back.
Another week.
Yes.
Woohoo.
So
we are
excited.
almost done with season 2.
Yeah, so crazy.
That is so crazy. That the fact that we're almost at 52 episodes for the second time.
Again.
Literally. It is so crazy to me.
Again.
Yeah.
Would that be 104 at the end?
You know,
right.
You know me with math.
Yeah, you
Whatever
don't do math,
number
right?
you said, I literally was going to nod my head. Like, you could be like, what's that, 1,000?
Yeah, we did 1,000 episodes.
I think people think I fuck with them. I can't do basic math. Like, I can't comprehend that.
Better, right?
I'm great at so many things.
Maybe not spelling or math, but like everything
I'm
else
great
is
at
really
spelling.
Good.
My dyslexia
you
just
have
fucks
a
with me with
dyslexia.
literally like writing or typing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then autocorrect doesn't help. And I'm like, what word I mean? Like, you are like,
right.
Autocorrect, I feel like it's such a blessing and a curse for people with dyslexia. Like, I'm starting to write out the word and it's like, and I'm like, can you give me a minute?
Relax. No,
and then I will adjust it myself.
Relax.
I will sit and assess and hope I am able to realize my error.
Right. I literally type all day and it's just like that red motherfucking line will pop up before the word is even done. Damn, let me finish.
And Apple's even worse.
Let me finish.
Like, you are aggressive.
Yeah, because Apple will just change your fucking word.
It literally will
like, don't change my fuck to duck.
Literally.
I spelled it right the first time.
When Apple changes the fuck to duck, I am like, whoever says what the duck.
Like, what would you do that for?
Duck wrong with you. Nobody.
Right. Like, I know that when you texted us earlier, I know you put OTW, like, on the way. And it changed it to phone. Like,
I literally was walking and seeing that, and I was just like,
why would you do
on
that?
the way, exclamation point, and I put to you. So now now
it just says phone. like, that's not what the fuck I meant. Who do you think you are?
Like, and to, like, at least, okay, if you're going to correct it and let it be correct. I said, Britt, on the way to you. Right. On the way, exclamation. Like, why are you? No, okay, now that's not even. Now the F is capitalized. It's not right. Even I knew that. Thanks for nothing.
Right.
That was not even a part of this week's topic, but we just had to get our little rant off. Yeah. Disclaimer, we don't stay on topic. Yeah. So this week, we really felt like it was the prime time to recap the Emerge-a-thon.
Right. Because if you watch us this weekend, we were on the Emerge-a-thon.
We were.
A couple times.
So nice to see us twice.
No, literally.
And for those of you who don't know or weren't able to catch it, Emerge-a-thon was our podcast company. We did a 24-hour live stream. So there were a bunch of different podcasts and content creators that we were slotted in. We had time slots. We went live, and we also did like a mixed content with other podcasts. So there was a little panel of us, a group. We just had like a lot of fun.
Right, twice actually.
Yes.
Yeah. That was both fun.
The first one was just us. Oh no.
Yeah.
We were on 3 times technically.
Right. Yeah.
Because that was a different time slot. Yeah. We did us, and then we joined the tank.
Right. It was like emerge.
Yeah,
we
literally.
emerged with Tank Talk.
A&B takes a tank.
Right.
That was really fun. Yeah.
No, that was fun. And then we did like group content and we answered questions.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
It
kind of went around the room.
And the group that we did was at 4 a.m., 3 a.m.?
Yeah, we got here at 3
something.
Like 3:15.
Yeah. And we went till about 4:15 a.m. and it was really.
Actually, it was a little bit longer than that. It was like 4:30, 4:45 maybe. Because we got home at like 5.
I was like. I can't believe we did
I stayed up until like 6 o'clock in the morning and I was just like, wow.
We did it.
Wow.
That was our first ever live stream too.
Yes.
So it was fun.
Yes, because this is not live. People do think that this is live sometimes.
This is not live.
This is not live. Mm-mm. This is pre-recorded.
It is.
But for no reason, because we never like do it again. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we essentially could do it live if we wanted to.
Yeah, no.
Because it's not like we like edit things out often. We did it like one time. Well, we talked about that on
our live stream when we went live.
Yeah, we don't do too much. So essentially it could be, but
one take wonder over here.
Literally. Mm-hmm. Well, except for that one time.
Yeah, when I almost got the network taken down.
And then when the
bug.
Holy shit! Yeah, the bug. Mm-hmm. And when the computer stopped working.
Yeah. Mid record, Rich was just like, "What the fuck?" And we were like,
"I shot something." I said, "I know that's an Aries."
The audio completely disconnected, yes. So we were filming and there was no audio, which obviously it's not a podcast. Then it's just it's a video skit.
No sound.
But the man behind the plan, good old Rich Almighty.
Yes, we got him here today.
Woo-hoo. He's joining us just for a little commentary.
Shots, so that's
yeah. We won't ask your body count. We won't do anything crazy with any questions.
Yeah, we're just hanging out a little yap today.
A little yap. And just to paraphrase, summarize, conclude our Emerge-a-thon for you guys, which the whole purpose was we were podcasting with a purpose.
Okay. I know that's right.
The donations or anyone that was able to donate, thank you, it went towards our local mission. So doing good. We're yapping for a reason. And I think that's what's most important, like doing something with purpose or with good intention behind it. So hopefully whatever was donated helps.
Yeah, yapping for a cause.
Yeah, podcasting with the purpose. I think that's going to be like, that's going to end up trademark pending.
Right.
Rich, what was your favorite part about the entire Emerge-a-thon?
Well, for me, there was two purposes.
Yeah.
The main purpose was we wanted to do what we did. We wanted to have an event where all the podcasters could work together and showcase what everybody's doing. We have 13, 14 podcasts now, and they're coming in at different days, different times. Sometimes you never meet or see anybody, but we're all we're all on the same task.
Yeah.
We're all in the same goal. So I wanted to have a day where we could get everybody together and have some fun, regardless if it's, you were talking about, whatever. We all kind of have the same, goals and techniques and stuff. So I wanted to have a day to celebrate all the fun personalities I get to work with. That was really my goal.
Yeah.
And then when we had our first meeting and I invited a bunch of people to come and I said, how should we do this thing? And the first thing somebody said, who was my friend Andy, who's down in Florida, who wasn't even participate because he was out of town, he was like, you should do it for a charity. And then I thought about Niagara Gospel Mission immediately because not only do I really admire what they're doing, they've actually hired my company to do a lot of production work. So I felt least I could do is give back to somebody that's been hiring me on the side for their video work. So, and then he came in. Did you get to see Reverend John when he was here?
I did not, no.
So he popped in pretty early during Tank's pod.
Okay.
Oh, it must have been literally right after we left. Like we must have seen that
because we did a handoff from you to Tank, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and we did our pod. We did a little segment together.
For Tank, and then Tank stayed on for a bit after.
Right.
So we were here for Tank for a bit.
Really, I thought that was really my favorite thing was when the way we handed off and the pods overlapped for a period of time. But about 15 minutes, not even, maybe right towards the beginning, Reverend John Cooper from the Gospel Mission showed up. And I said, Tank, can you just let him come in now? Because he's here. So he jumped in and they talked about what they do and everything. But then he just started talking sports with them. And he was funny. Like there's a couple really funny bits in there. So it ended up pretty fun. So
yeah, that's a good couple hours to go, like the transformation. I know when we came in, like there was the podcast that was going on before us, and then there was us, and then we got to do something with Tank, and Tank got to do his Tank Talk, anyways, because it's not just him. He got to do his little segment, and then another segment with another person like that.
Yeah, Matt
really
came
makes
in, I
everything
think, and
so
then
good.
From Matt, it went right into Get In Loser, and then it just to be honest, I have to say, like, I was doing really good till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Because then after you guys, we finished the big group thing. 716 played Mario Kart. So that was a different setup. And then I had nothing to do for like an hour.
Yeah.
And my brain was like, we'll take a nap. And I'm like, no, I'm going to take it. If I close my eyes, I'm done. So, but then I started to like, wow, I'm hallucinating. Like by 11:30 when we were finishing up AM on Sunday, I was just like
dead.
I had to really like, what button? Because I'd been up since Saturday at 7. And I know that like that's 29 hours isn't breaking any records, but for me,
that's a lot.
I was more tired than I expected.
Ooh, my bed didn't owe me nothing when I got home. Okay.
I was knocked out. I slept in between our sets, and I woke up and I was like a crust. Like I was definitely like the Fox meme that's on the edge of the bed. Like
no, literally, I'm like trying to sleep. Like when we came from our first time, and then we went home, like I just chilled out. I'm like, I wasn't sure if we were gonna go back in between that time or not. So I'm like, let me not go to sleep too soon. And like, and then
I want to say something funny because one of the things that came up was the old building that where we were in town in Niagara. And were you here for that with Tank? Were you there for that point?
No. The building has such funny memories.
I kind of forget like how stuff overlapped. But at one point we were discussing the fact that we had some weird, moments in the other building. And remember, we have it on very good authority that there was some kind of spirit floating around in that building. Yeah. Yes. And that person never mentioned it until we moved. And this is a very, this is someone that we have a very good authority. Yes. We can't out her because that's not right.
Yeah.
But
no, right.
But that person told the person that, I'm really glad you got out of there because there was something nefarious going on in that building. Like there was some weird energy. And I was like, what? And then so far, nothing here. That person has not toured this building yet. So I'm afraid to have this person tour the building.
Right.
But no, that was kind of funny that we said that. And then one of the things that came up over time when we've discussed that, and this is the weirdest thing that and I'm not some weird
the paranormal
but
stuff.
We've had well, why would that affect the audio? And then I was doing a lot of research on this, and it's like if you believe in that paranormal side of stuff, one of the things that's reported under that is that it causes it interferes with electricity type stuff, which is why the lights will blink or your soundboard will stop working or just do it. The only time this equipment or any of my equipment has done that thing where it just keeps looping. It froze on an audio line and just kept repeating was you.
I think
I
remember
in that
room.
But our absolute very first episode, and it made it into the episode, the lighting fixture came down at us.
Yeah,
that was just
the part came down and rolled.
That's just a piece of gaff tape that I taped a piece of plastic over it to shield
and
it.
A pterodactyl bug
the
flew
tape.
at me.
I don't even count that one.
Bug, I've never seen a
bug
bug
one
like that
was funny.
Before.
It came straight down and
one where we were recording and the computer froze.
Yeah.
And it just had your voice going. It kept saying something over and over and over and over again, and it was like, well, that's scary as hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
ghost.
So we had to edit that out. So that was kind of funny that came back up. But I mean, to be honest, it was really for me. There was a few things that I learned that I have to do different next year. We have. Most of it, the YouTube live stream is causing us some aggravation getting it to come back and be viewable. And I'm trying to reach out to tech support on YouTube to try to find out why. Because by now it should be available to watch again.
Right.
So if
I have most of it on backup, but there are a few pods that I just haven't had time this week to break it all up and try to give everybody back the recorded piece so they can watch some of it. But to be honest, the fact that everybody was there, that I did not expect, and Ari, you and I talked about this, we did not expect that anybody would be here in the middle of the night. And at one point, I think there were 4 o'clock in the morning, there was 12 people here. And we were having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's one of my favorite takeaways was some of the people we met. We talked about in the car. We love Julian from 716. Yeah. And I hate to even admit it, and I'm sure he knows because I talk so much shit about him. Sean from Get In Losers. Like, we all have synergy, and we joke. Me and Britt said we'd love to have Sean and Julian on the pod. Like, we're not sure to what capacity.
I also loved Christian. Like, I loved him bad.
We were talking about that.
Right. If you could pick, like, I don't know, 2 podcasts that you would like to see together, who would it be?
Oh, yeah.
Just like anybody.
Oh, God. That's,
Since, like,
yeah, that's
from,
like,
that's
everybody.
like,
You know, it's kind of like, who are your 2 favorite children? Like,
No.
We already know who your favorites are.
Like 2,
Us
like,
and Tank.
Right,
well, I mean, obviously, for people that are watching this, Christian's my son.
Yeah.
And Christian and I have been doing this since the very beginning. Before there was a building, before there was an Emerge, before there was even Rento Media, Christian and I had a pod. And that's all because of Matt. And so I think his growth of a podcaster, not only his ability on the air, but his knowledge and research on what works in podcasting. A lot of why I think we're having good success is because him going, hey, I've been doing some research and I've been reading articles and I'm watching YouTube videos because you don't have the time. So you should be telling your people this. And you know, like a lot of the best ideas that we've come up with on his podcast that he does with his friends, like Julian and those guys, are a lot. I'm not saying he takes credit for it, but a lot of the ways that they've tried different types of content that have been successful have been things that he realized were kind of hitting.
I love
and
that.
he doesn't do the technical aspect of it, but he's kind of like
there's
the
algorithm behind it,
like
and
how to get and like what's good for the algorithm, what's bad for the algorithm. He really understands that, but he really loved the day. Like he really was on. Like he had a good day. Like some days you know there's episodes where you're like, oh my God, we stunk today.
Yeah.
He was just on. Like he really. So I will pass on that you guys, and he's just funny.
He's great for like groups of people. Like, you know what I mean?
Great at managing us and conversing.
He had great ideas, and he had really good ideas like that related to everybody, and not just like his, like, you know, because like sometimes like you say things and it doesn't relate the same way when it's not.
He put about 16 slips of paper in the jar.
I was going to say at one point, just for people who weren't able to catch it, we did a jar of topics similar to our bowl of questions. But it was so every podcaster that was on a mixed media set interviewing together or just creating content for the live stream could do together. And there was so many that were so, like me and Britt, one of them was polled. It was, what was your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, there was one that was Pokemon. And girl, we did like 3 together.
Yeah, our last brain cells
I kept
combined.
saying all of them. That was she just kept saying, well, here, you can do it. Just do it again. Look at the camera.
They were like, what's your favorite Pokemon? I was like, all of them. For anything I was not able to contribute to, my answer was all of them. Can't go wrong. Everybody's included.
And no one can be offended. That's
nobody could be offended. And I just don't sound stupid.
It was definitely we'll definitely do it again. And then I have some ideas that Chris and I talked about on, well, not Sunday because neither one of us.
You guys are.
Well, he slept more than I did. He actually took a nap on the couch back here at one point. Matt actually was sleeping back here for a while on the couch.
Yeah, he came out of the blue.
You know,
like he had risen.
I forgot Matt was here for a little while, but I want to do a big shout out to Matt Johnson from Eat Sleep List. Follow his pod. His pod is really good. He does a lot of like lists. Eat Sleep List is obviously the name of it. And he does a lot of like fun ones, but he also does like books you should read and good things for your mental health. He's very into that. And it's kind of, he has a group one, but he has a solo one that he does under the same brand. So he has a lot of different content, but also he was just incredibly helpful with just like, he brought food from his wife's company, A&B Company. He brought like cinnamon rolls and stuff. All that stuff was out. And he brought me cases of water and chips and stuff. But he also sat down with me and said, like, let's just talk through it. Like, he's been doing this a really long time. So he spent about 20 minutes the one day and we just kind of walked through some things he said. And it wasn't like devil's advocate. He wasn't like, did you think of that? He's just like, well, tell me what your thoughts are. And then he, and then we just had kind of an open discussion. And again, I'm just really, really, really lucky that so many people wanted to participate, and I think just about I think we only had one pod that chose not to participate. Everybody else in sub capacity was here,
did something,
which is pretty cool.
And it like when we did the mixed group content, like we didn't know most of the people on set with us, so that was great. Just to like we met new people and we like joked with them, and it's 4 a.m. so everyone is just like raw and off the cusp, and it's a live stream, so it wasn't like edited or just things were really bleeped out. It just was all of us. Well, at that point
we had, obviously I was there. You guys were there. Tank was there with his cousin, with his Anthony. Tank and Anthony were there at some point for a long time. And
they were gone when we got here.
So then they left, and then you came in. Sean and
the other two
Chop were here.
Yes.
Julian was here.
Julian came in like halfway.
Christian was here, and Tall
Zach,
Rick was here.
Reagan,
and the real tall guy, Tall Rick.
Yes.
And Reagan, and they're all from. So they're all part of 716. They're kind of on the D&D side of things. But then Sean from Get In Loser was here, and then so I mean it was pretty cool that we had that many people from so many different things.
Yeah, it was like a really good like
almost
come
like a
in,
panel.
leave out, like you know what I mean, like.
And we weren't talking about anything serious. We were just having fun,
right?
And it was at some points it was too many people because trying to control that many mics.
Yeah,
some of them some of the quality was, but that I didn't really care because it wasn't the nature of that kind of event. I cared more about
the contribution and the participation.
That everybody was having a good time. Yeah. That, to me, it was like a party, but because we
live streamed a podcast
it was a live stream party, so it was really in many ways a celebration of ourselves. And if people watched it, great. We had a lot of comments. Because that's one of the cool things with StreamYard is you can bring the questions up on the screen.
Yeah.
Because we're live streaming, we can bring the comments right up on the screen. So there was a lot of comments that I could put in. So I forget how many comments there were. I thought I kept track of the count, but I don't remember now. But there were 900 people that at some point were watching.
I feel like there was like over 7, if I can remember, because I think I got on there at like 11:30 to see what you guys were doing. To see how it was ending off, and it was a lot. It was a lot, especially after I went to bed and I got back up. I said, "Damn!"
Now some of those 900 people left and came back,
of course.
But even that they would come back means like that we did something right. So
right.
No, I did not. Did I think anybody was going to watch the pod for 24 hours? Like
right.
My wife doesn't watch my pods now, let alone. I don't know if she ever. I haven't even asked her if she ever clicked in.
Well, I accidentally sent my mom the wrong link. I sent her the link to our YouTube, so she literally was waiting for a live to keep coming. And then I called her on the way home. I'm like, "That was so fun! Like, I feel so good. It's done." And she was like, "I didn't see it." And she was so upset. And I was like, "I'm sorry." She was like, "I don't want you to think I'm not supportive." And I was like,
"Right, no, girl,
it was me." Like, it's
like I said, I have to chop up the recordings that I do have, and I'm hoping that YouTube would just kick in and then we can share it. But it's just one of those. I did make because it was the first time I ever did it, and we did have a technical problem.
Yeah, that pushed.
We had one that we anticipated that we thought we had taken care of the backup for, and then the backup failed. And then we did not expect that we would having so many problems with the YouTube side of things. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, and I don't.
And it was the first time. Like, we're never supposed to do anything perfect on the first time, especially with so many people. Like, there were so many people contributing, watching, and on air, like on set, filming and doing it. Like,
I think when we do it again, I think it'll be really different.
I hope I'm not pregnant because we will be doing abso-fucking-lutely be doing
we'll
a
give
truth
you
or
enough
shot
time.
set. Yeah, anything after February is well.
Yeah. So but you're
give or take. Yeah.
You need your 6 weeks your 6 weeks of paid leave, and then unless you do cesarean, then you get 8. Right?
I get 8. Yeah.
You get a whole 2 extra weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to
if all of my organs are moved around and I'm cut.
Shout out to my good friend, the Ceases. Their daughter Ashley was going in for a cesarean right now.
Oh, shout out to
when
her.
I left the house.
Right. We gotta go home and light a
candle. We got a text for Ash. So Ashley's just a really special person, and I'm just excited for her that she's having a little girl.
We're gonna pray for her journey and the
and
baby.
And out of our friend group, it's the first person to have a kid. So it's for all of us. It's like our baby, not our baby, but we're all excited. There's a baby in the group now. There's a baby in our friend group now, which the first grandchild, which is funny because Maria and I are the oldest. Maria, of course, isn't that old, but I'm much older than everyone. And But I'm like, how come we're not first? But just the way life works out.
Yeah, careful what you wish for. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for.
Then I would have less time to do this. That would
Yeah.
You may not produce for us.
So so obviously I'll ask you a question because I don't get to do this. Like, what is there anything you would? What was the best? Is there anything like we could have done differently, or is there anything like your thoughts on it?
The only thing that was tough was being clearly on someone else's set because our branding to their branding is so different. And I get the bigger picture. It was important. Not everybody can fit. Like on camera, our set looks way bigger than what it is. It's very small. It's very tight. But it was just hard because in the background when it was just me and her, and there's like all these action figure hero stuff, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had a pink curtain. Just like throw it up and cover it, and it's still within our branding. But that was the only thing that for me, that was the only like hiccup or like critique I had was just
we thought about trying to use more spaces within the building, but then we just realized that it would cause a lot more technical challenges.
To move
so let's
everything
keep the technical side as simple as we can, and a couple people did come in and change some props around, so that's something we'll have to adjust next year, is to maybe try to use a different
or now that we know, we can adjust and just make it more A&B branded now that we know.
No, that was a lot of fun, and I was really glad you guys were able to participate even beyond just your own slot.
Yeah.
You both came back. I was really excited when you came back in. And I thought it added a nice dynamic. And then I'm all about, I want people to see the building and understand
who's all here.
My value system is represented with everybody in this building.
Yeah.
That, we're super inclusive and everybody's welcome, and it's a safe place.
Yeah.
Like that was like what my studio was when I was a teacher. So like I want this to feel even more. I don't really, we have such a range of people that participate with so many different types of topics. We're in the process now. We're negotiating with a wrestling podcast, like some guys that want to do wrestling. But I mean, like I'm just keep trying to check off things that
to be added.
Can we find someone that wants to do that kind of podcast? And I have another financial one that I'm trying to set up with somebody, and I want to continue to grow this concept that we're all. Because I think the collaborative concept is why you guys are getting to 100, because you don't feel like you're just doing this in isolation. You can talk to Tank, and he can give you ideas. You can talk to Matt, and we have like so much support from so many different people. So I'm super appreciative to anyone who chimed in, watched and made a comment or anything, like anybody that's even given us a shot, even the podcasts that haven't made it. For various reasons have decided to move on or whatever, like any of them, even the ones that have come and gone, I appreciate them so much because it financially allowed us to expand and give us the confidence to move to this much bigger, nicer space. So
I love that we were a part of the old building, like the OGs.
Yeah, I also that's one of the parts that I actually did enjoy being on the other set, is just that this building is so big.
It is so big.
And
there's so many sets here.
And I love to be able to I talk to people about it all the time, because obviously this is not the whole building.
No.
Our set is definitely not even close to
our set is not a third of this building.
Literally, we got a little corner comparatively to how big this space is. And just to be in the first building, and then to also be here to see you put all the pieces together, this was this was a hole, you know what I mean, not a hole in the wall, but a hole. He literally put walls. And
me and Rich did the textures on this background. We literally was here.
And then as I tell everybody,
this is another wall that he built. And everything is literally hand built.
But the set you guys are sitting on, you pretty much designed it. I mean, we talked about it, but it was and I think that was important. I think that's one of the reasons too. I feel like people can come in and they can say this is my set. This is the set that was designed for me. That we were able to, we had the money in the budget to buy furniture, and you brought your own table, but we came up with, you picked the colors, and I think I know we're gonna once we get through the end of the season 2, we're gonna take a couple weeks and we're gonna decide what we want to do with it. To how do we change it, how do we improve it, and those are things that that has to be we can't just sit and say, well, that's good enough, and we're never going to change anything. And like I get bored too. Like I get bored with certain things. So I'm like, at some point we got to rearrange things or improve it, or maybe we need a nicer floor or whatever it is. Like and then it's also based on the needs of the new creators that come in. I mean, eventually we could have 3 more sets going this way.
Literally, because there's still so much space that is not even accounted for.
Yeah. So come on, if you're thinking about starting a pod or in the area, come to Emerge. There's quite literally physically room for you to design your own set.
Yes, there is room for you to grow.
And there's so many people here that will embrace you and like help you create content. Like we've done, like we just said, we just were on within a mixed group of mixed podcasters creating content on a live stream.
And no, literally. And
talking about some shit we didn't even know about.
No. Literally, because your girl doesn't know shit about movies most times, and
that was one of our questions.
Forget about every single thing.
We talked about movies. We talked about
you were like,
heroes.
Brittany was like, I don't know, I don't watch movies or something like that. But I go, well, and I said, well, what about if it was a reality show?
Oh, baby,
like,
you got me there.
Then she was already. Then she had answers.
Seconds.
I just thought it was funny. Let's talk about what happened with the Pokemon. So one of the questions that Christian wrote was like, "What's your favorite Pokemon or something?"
Yeah.
Or the Mount Rushmore Pokemon or something. I forget what it was.
Mount Rush. Okay, so what was your favorite Pokemon in the Mount Rushmore of superheroes?
Oh, that's what it was. So the one. So I already said all of them.
Of course.
And then I think we got to you, and then you tried to channel what your son knows.
I'm like, what is he like? What is he like? What's his favorite superhero?
And her son is like a boy's boy. Like he does watch.
First 10 years of his life, he was probably every superhero that he loved. Like, you know what I mean?
Didn't he have a Spider-Man birthday?
Yes.
I remember his Spider-Man birthday.
He's always like, Spider-Man has always been like
top tier.
For sure. And I'm like, obviously like Spider-Man, and I'm like Black Panther, because like maybe I know he doesn't like Black Panther as much as I assume that he would, but like I'm like Black Panther. What else? Batman.
So this is the best part. Britt started
so out of the 4.
Yes.
Did you have one right? Or?
I had one right. Yeah. I was like, well, what is it? And he's like, he said Spider-Man, Black Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Iron Man, and Flash. And I forgot that he used to be obsessed with the Flash.
Well, Britt did start it with my Virgo-ass son. Probably is going to disagree with me. But I'm going to try to say what his Mount Rushmore would be, because I really don't watch movies like that.
Like,
we're not action.
I'm not a superhero girl. Like, no. Literally.
So she named them, and then she ran back what she named them, and that's what she's recapping.
That was what the fun of what it was that the fact that in the jar there were questions that reflected the themes of certain podcasts.
Yeah. Yes.
So like the girls, the mom and daughter that do the Disney Dreamers podcast, they'd come in earlier, and no, actually, they came back on Sunday morning, but they'd already put their questions in the jar. And one of them, like, who's your favorite Disney princess? And I thought that was great, because I really wanted Tank to have to pick that one. And, like, him and Donnie, and they think they ended up having to pick one of the other ones, like, what's your favorite Disney, like, Pixar movie or something? They did have to answer that. And it was funny, their answers in their debate.
Their deep
I think
voices.
I was watching when, like, I had tuned in a couple, like, I just kept, like, tuning in every so often. And I seen you guys talking about that one, and I was cracking up.
I really enjoyed it. Like, I would, if nothing else, definitely I have ideas for guests or people's podcasts I do want to go on. Mm-hmm. And just, like, it just inspired me.
Yeah, like, a lot more open to like being on like having other people on, or like reading other people's mind, because that was a lot of fun.
So I'll answer the question that you asked me, because it's like 20 minutes ago, but like because I distracted it. But I think that the two, because some of them have already collaborated. I do really think we have to find a way that you guys come in on a Tuesday night and you're there for Tanks.
Yeah,
I think that would be, because I mean, in my mind, everybody's podcasts are doing very well.
Yeah,
but I mean, 716 is our top podcast. They're at 8,000 followers or whatever they're at now on YouTube, and they're doing really well. Tank just hit 2,000. You guys are been around now for 2 years. You're doing very well. Getting Losers, they started before here. They've only been video since December.
That's really cool.
They're getting close to their 200th episode.
Right, I was gonna say they had 200.
But in terms of the two oldest that I have in my building now are you guys and Tank. So for me, because you guys have been here, those two pods have been here the longest. To me, that's the one. That's the one I think that makes the most sense. What about you guys? Like from what you saw.
I mean, I just really did have a good time. Like Julian is just like, I feel like I'm really like in sync with him. Like we had some telepathic moments. I think it could just be all on me. Who knows?
Minus his love for cats.
Yeah, that. And I love black cats, but like that's where we did this only disconnect. But Julian and just like his
he was
voice
funny and high energy at 4:30 in the morning.
I mean,
like,
but to be on Tank Talk has always been one of my goals.
Yes.
And me and Tank pick each other's brains and talk about content at least once a month. So like, and his brother Brennan is really good friends. They're good friends with Edward Cullen, aka my baby dad. So it's just like, I'm trying to go and just have a ball and talk shit about some sports.
Right, and we had Tank sit in our pink chairs.
And Tank's
I think we could probably. I think a fun one would be if if Julian and Christian came on as guests on your podcast.
100%.
That would be kind of a fun one.
Yeah,
100%.
I would so do like truth or shot and just like I would rip like a mocktail, like
especially if you because obviously Christian and I have this thing about being brain broke. Like we're brain broke. Like we remember everything. Like I remember anything visual I've ever seen. Like if I ever see a movie or a TV show, I can remember. I can tell you it ended. I can say what happens in an episode. Where he has that, but he also has it with anything he's ever read. So if he reads a book or a comic book, he can tell you. He's not like
I can
it's
tell
not
he's like a Snapple cap.
but it's not like that. What do they call it? It's not the photographic memory.
Yeah.
It's just more of the
memorize
content,
knowledge,
and he learns from it. Like he highlights things and everything. So it's really it's funny to. So he has all these interesting perspectives.
Yeah,
on things.
me and Brett are the quintessential visual learners. Like if we can't see it, it does not exist.
And Julian's just kind of like Julian's just so chill. So it's funny that Christian and Julian sit next to each other on their pod. So because they get each other. I mean, it's never they get antagonistic toward each other. Never like in a rude way. They're just like, but they
know how to
love
push
all
each
the
other's
same
buttons.
things, but the way they interpret them is completely different. So it'd be fun for some of the things you guys do to have like two guys from another pod on.
Yeah.
Or I mean, if you had Tank again, and then maybe not
Tank, Donnie, and Brennan would be hysterical.
Yeah, like them, and not again because obviously you're not doing any drinking for a while.
Not
obviously, even though there's going to be people that are going to see a glass and assume that you are, and they're going to send
well,
you
that's why
shit.
I think it was my pregnancy announcement video. I was like, full disclaimer, last week. It appeared we were drinking. Brittany, but we had them in pre-made cups. So you didn't see us pouring alcohol. Like you don't know what was going on. But I had straight ginger ale. Like I am pregnant. I will not be drinking.
Right.
I also don't miss drinking.
Right.
Almost at 4 months of not drinking. I'm like, this is great. I have money now.
Used to doing it. So
yeah, I do a detox every year anyway.
Well, I'll pick up the slack for you.
Yeah,
that's what I said. That's one thing I did. I was happy that I didn't do though, was drink on Saturday because I would have been sleeping.
Well, someone wanted me to have a drink, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
you're gonna just hit every button.
No,
then.
that would have been. That would have been.
I was
tired and drunk.
Right.
We're not even drunk, but just like
drinking.
Yeah,
like,
the awareness.
It's just like sleepy. It makes me
Don't
tired
drink and pod.
sometimes. Like especially when you're already tired.
Don't drink and produce. Drink and pod. Just don't drink and produce because you're gonna fuck up somebody's branding, or you just won't do any branding.
Right.
That's the toughest thing for me is like we're getting to the point soon, hopefully it seems like, where it's going to be too many pods for me to produce.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to produce all of them.
Yeah.
So I have
you
to
leave
find
us, we
some
will
way
hunt you down and harm you.
I have to find some way to
divvy it up.
Like I don't like when someone else does your pod. I get
we
very
don't
upset.
Either.
Like,
we love when we respect and understand when you have to go, and we
appreciate everybody that tags themselves in.
They never do it the same. They don't get our flow.
Yeah.
They don't get our angles.
It's a relationship, and I think that's something that I to me, the relationships that I've developed here of all are really cool and fun and special, and I have cool relationships with everybody.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot from everybody. There's so many things that I've learned from every single pod that I work with. Like I'm not making shit
so
up.
Putting
on
you
that.
on the
like,
spot. Can you name 10 countries in Africa?
I can name. Yeah, I can name. Yeah. So do I need to do that right now? Egypt, Chad, Libya, Morocco, Ghana.
Yeah.
The Congo is
yeah.
it just,
yeah.
Republic
Madagascar,
of Congo. Yeah.
South Africa.
Yep.
And
you should be ashamed of yourself.
I know some now.
You're so close. Think of our country. Well, me and Britt are this one of. I can't give hints.
Nigeria.
I can't give you hints. Yep.
Nigeria.
Yep.
Which we know, and that one I should remember first because a terrible word came from it.
yeah.
And that, well, I only got my 10. There's my 10.
Right. He's like, I want to overexceed.
Damn. Well, I am supposedly I have some Sicilian. You know what they say about the Sicilians?
Yeah.
We're basically from Africa anyway. You know, like that's at least other Italians will say that.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, hey, that's all, you know, take it easy over there.
No, that question kicks Britt's ass every time we do Truth or Shot. And she just she starts off so well, like with good confidence, and it fizzles out after 2 countries.
But to be fair, I can't name half of the signs. Like I can name like Aries, Gemini, Capricorn.
Yeah. Oh, we could run through all of it.
The Pisces.
Right, I'm singing
and that's
like
I'm out. Like I'm sure like I probably said Capricorn already. Like I'm like I probably get like 5 of those. So you you can name all 12.
Right.
And all the pieces
dates,
of that.
Right.
So it's just like,
I love when people tell me
are you
birthday,
going
like,
to those countries in Africa?
Right.
No.
No,
but in
literally.
terms of the signs of the zodiac, you need to know those because you're into that.
Yeah.
It's all about what you need to know.
Right.
That's what we definitely, for the next Emerge-a-thon, our next 24-hour live stream, we definitely have to incorporate like zodiac signs, like have all of the fire signs do a set together and like schedule that in. And
that would be
from
so
all
crazy.
walks of life. Like imagine the daughter from the Disney podcast being with all the other, whatever her birthday is, like just to do fun things like that to keep mixing it up and have so many different creatives together. Like luck of the draw. Luck of the draw.
No,
I do want to
pull names out and like you guys do a pod
yep,
together.
you three, you guys.
I want to shout out 2 people. I want to shout out Mark Shear from the Niagara Gazette because he did a really nice article.
The cover was great.
That I mean, lots of people saw that article, so that was nice. And then also my friend Christine O'Hara from the Case Niagara Conversation with Case podcast from Case Niagara. She wrote my press release and she got it all out. So, again, little things like that because I don't have a press release. I don't have all those phone numbers and addresses and emails, or she did. And so she said, let me take care of that for you. And then she did a nice flyer for me. And, Tank did all those videos. Like he did all that and made all those graphics for everybody, even though I messed a couple of them up. But it was just like having, like, not putting everything on me. I could focus on some of the bigger picture things. And Christian was here helping a lot. He did all the decorating and, helped me move things around and just even getting the building ready. Cause we literally like moved a lot more equipment than people probably realize how much we had to move. And then we had to put it all back because obviously we came right back in and started podcasting.
Yeah, we got back. Everyone got back to
Sunday night.
schedule.
They were here, not me. I'm like, you guys are on your own. So they did some stuff without me on Sunday night, but like a shout out to, because everybody was super, super helpful.
Yeah. That was really fun.
Yeah.
I'm just inspired. Like, I think it just like put a battery pack back in my back of like, get out of your pregnancy brain and get into podcasting again.
And you know what I can do now? I can name a couple different podcasts and Emerge.
There you go.
For our next Truth or Shot, she might not go down with a double shot. That is a good point.
I know some different names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we talked about too was somebody came up with the idea that day was that each month we should like pick a podcast and everybody should promote that podcast on their podcast.
That's a great idea.
And then each month everybody
just to highlight them.
like, hey, just take a minute at the beginning. Hey, welcome to our podcast. This is a podcast. Put their graphic up on the screen, like, and if we can all do that and help each other grow, I mean, I think that would be a cool way to just keep growing all of us. Because I think if each of us grow, and the thing is, if one of us blows up, like let's say one of us really does, then I know that one will continue, like try to bring everybody along with them.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's like like Twitch is like that. Like one Twitch person goes to something and then says, these are the 5 podcasts you should listen to. That's going to help everybody. And I know one of the things we're talking about is eventually trying to get some content on Pantheon, where you're seeing all the content on the YouTube one. But then you have special stuff that's just on the Pantheon, which is kind of a per pay service, and then you get free stuff if you get a membership. So like there's some extra content.
Yeah,
that's one of the things
we're
that
looking forward to
we were talking
about.
We can
quite literally
weekend,
say people's real names. Like I can't wait to literally say like this person's name instead of their nickname. And profit from it. Like all we have to do is tell our stories, and then
because I think I've subscribed to a Patreon once before or twice.
No, they're not super expensive either. So
no, they could be like 99 cents. Yeah. Like you make the price really. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a way of this, and then people start to grow your fan base, and then it's a little because then you can put a lot more on there. It's a little bit freer than like TikTok or Twitch and some things like that for you in terms of like because it's much more structured like a co-op. That they want you to make money on Pantheon. Where TikTok wants to make money and give you like,
a little scrap.
A piece of the pie, tiny little piece of the pie, even though it's all your content.
Yeah, so. if they want you to, because they will kick you the fuck out that
shadow bans on Instagram.
And they're getting worse.
Yeah, they'll kick you out of the creator fund really fast.
So
yeah. But again, we really appreciated podcasting with a purpose and giving back, and we hope that it inspires other creatives to do the same.
All right.
So is this 51?
This is 50 something.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's 50.
50.
Because I feel like we have like 2 more.
Yeah, we do have 2 more. I think this is our 50th. Somewhere along the lines. Because my pregnancy announcement was 49, so this is 50. I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably.
I usually know. Right. I write them out. But
I don't.
Hey. Season 3 is coming soon. We are wrapping up season 2. Our set will be different, and we're excited. We're going to take a few weeks off, but we will be back.
Yes.
With a new set.
Back and better.
We're not there yet, but soon.
No.
A few more episodes.
For sure. Definitely check out all of our Emerge co-op.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Those guys are not just guys, but some of those guys are fucking hilarious.
Yes. We had so much fun.
We really did.
So I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah. And until next time.
And this is
an A&B Conversation.